5 years ago, I started this YouTube channel, and this was a way for me to post videos and guides for my alliance mates, and it was a lot easier to share a YouTube link than it was to just post the video in our group chats. Now, for those of you who have been with the channel for the last 4 to 5 years, you know that the intent for this channel quickly shifted, and it became a way for me to post propaganda on my favorite champion, who I believe is extremely underrated, Night Thrasher. Now, to make a long story somewhat short, Night Thrasher is my favorite character in the game solely because he's been a part of my MCOC journey pretty much ever since I've really been playing the game. Back when I was completing Act 5, I got stuck on the MODOK boss in one of the quests, and Night Thrasher popped out of one of my 4-star crystals at the time, and that was one of the first fights where I really tried to lean into learning these RPG interactions. You know, true accuracy counters auto block, Night Thrasher is true accuracy. You know, MODOK was being an asshole and he was auto blocking, so that was one of the pivotal moments for me in MCOC and how to learn how to counter things. I feel like that was a core memory for me in terms of progressing my account. And now on the other hand, which I'm a YouTuber, Night Thrasher was one of the first characters that I made a video on that absolutely blew up. And in fact, my Night Thrasher showcase for the 6-star rank 3 is the pretty much sole reason why I was able to get my YouTube channel monetized as quickly as I did, because that video blew up and got 8,000 views, and at the time I only had 500 subscribers. And now fast forward to where we are now, Night Thrasher got a tune-up. He's coming out as a 7-star in the REBIRTH event, and I have a chance to get this guy from 2 crystals if we complete the REBIRTH Crucible. So that's what we're going to do in this video today, and we're going to tackle REBIRTH Crucible to try to get my favorite champion as a 7-star and take him straight to rank 4. So let's see if we can do it. We get straight into the Act 8 REBIRTH Crucible, and in the 8.1 portion that you're seeing right here, it was honestly a breeze. We went through this completely itemless, had no issues whatsoever, honestly. And yeah, I thought this was pretty straightforward. If you guys want to copy my run, just use the characters that I'm using throughout this video. But yeah, this was honestly extremely easy, this first portion, and I had no issues whatsoever. So next up, we are going against Cytalis, and I think this is my second favorite corrupted boss that we have to face, and you're about to see why. I think that this fight is just pretty fun and interactive and well designed for reasons like you're seeing here. If you're using a high-ranked prowess character, you're just gonna clear these wounded phases extremely easily. Watch right there, boom, gone. So yeah, this one was a lot of fun to do, and North Star is just phenomenal for Cytalis here, and we got that fight done in under 3 minutes, I believe. So let's get on to the rest of this. As we move on to 8.2's portion of the Crucible, you'll see that some of these fights didn't go as smoothly as the ones did in Act 8.1's portion of this, and some of that's just due to poor planning, some of it's due to poor play, but we did solo every single fight in this portion of the Crucible, which means that we got through it itemless, which was my ultimate goal, was to try to get through this with as little cost to my inventory as possible. So now we move on to my favorite corrupted boss, Bahamut, which I think might be an unpopular opinion because I see a lot of people complaining about this fight in chats, and they say that it's one of their least favorite boss fights. And, you know, I think I hold an opposite opinion. I think that the ping pong mechanics of the Gamma Blast are just really unique and cool. Creates for a fun boss fight, and I kind of like the marathon feel of this fight, how it's kind of slow at some times, and if you're using a good counter, it's really not that bad. Chioth is phenomenal here because her bleeds gain increased potency against Gamma champions, and they do a crazy amount of damage during the wounded phases, and she also can ramp up those volatility charges pretty easily by cleansing any of the debuffs that Bahamut would put on you. So yeah, this fight, for those reasons I mentioned above, is just my favorite corrupted boss fight, and I love it. I never really feel like this fight drags on too long just because it's so engaging the whole time. So yeah, we go through Bahamut pretty easily though. It was a pretty easy solo. It's kind of hard to screw this one up with Chioth. She's just extremely safe against Bahamut here and Gamma champions in general. So yeah, Bahamut goes down, and now we move on to the rest of the Crucible. So 8.3's portion of the Crucible was probably my cleanest run, I would say. Some of the fights you might see look a little funky, but I think that there were some overall really good fights here, although I did make 2 planning errors, but not a huge deal. I forgot to have a striker on anti-venom, and then I forgot that Venom Pool is immune to ability accuracy reduction, so my neutralize with Rintra wasn't going to do much. But regardless, we got through both of those fights with solos, so we are completely itemless up to Cerastes. So let's see how we do against this guy. This guy was one of my favorite boss fights. I wouldn't say one of my favorite corrupted boss fights, but just in terms of all of MCOC, I really enjoyed the design here. And I probably should have saved like Vox for Cerastes here, just because I'm not a huge fan of Angela here without the Odin pre-fight buffs. But we still get through this fight pretty cleanly. But you guys will see I make a stupid mistake as we get later into this fight. So as we're chipping this dude down, we throw our special 2 and we push him red. I don't know what I was thinking there. Maybe I thought that the passive stun would last during my special attack, but this dude throws a special 3 and it's an instant kill. So that is our first revive of the quest, and I'd say 48 fights in, only having 1 revive, that's not bad at all. As we continue on with the 8.4 portion of the Crucible, we also clear all these bosses before Glycon with no revives used, which for me, I didn't really plan this quest. I just went in and started tackling it as soon as possible. I think that's pretty solid. Yes, there's some matchups that I took that aren't great, and maybe it could have been cleaned up a little bit, but considering I only used 1 item and a couple of potions up until here, I'm pretty proud of myself. So let's see what Glycon does to us, because I am terrible at this fight. Alright, so I'm not good at fighting Glycon, and you guys will see there's 1, there's 2. Let's see what happens here. Oh, can we nuke him? Can we get him to the next phase? No, we're about to eat a special 3. Nice. So that's another revive that we've got to drop. That's always fun. And yeah, fun, and I mistimed the dex. Another death there, but we get the punish here perfectly, and boom, 5 revives out of 64 fights. So hey, not too bad considering I only died to 2 fights. I died to Cerastes and I died to Glycon. And if you look at the map there, we've got 10 revives that we're claiming. So having spent 5 revives, we get 10 back. I think that's pretty awesome. So let's get into this crystal opening here. So we're gonna start with the Titan Nexus, and I have pretty much every character from this pool, and you guys will see here, it's just gonna be 3 dupes. So we pick Okoye here because she is rank 3, but let's not waste any more time. We're getting into what we are here for. These are the Rebirth crystals, and this gives me a chance to get Night Thrasher. So the first crystal is Sabretooth. This guy's probably like one of my least wanted champions from this pool. It is what it is, but yeah, we're gonna have some selectors after this if it doesn't work out, but I'd love to get Night Thrasher on this crystal. Do we get him? Oh hell yeah, of course we get him. Night Thrasher acquired as a 7-star. It feels so good, honestly, just for the reasons I mentioned before, and just it's fun for me to get characters that I actually enjoy. So we don't waste any time. We get this dude straight into, you know, the rank up process, the level up process. We have rank up gems just saved for this guy, all generic rank up gems. And here we go. We pull the trigger on the rank 4 Night Thrasher, my favorite skill champion in the game, arguably my favorite champion of all time. It feels good to get this guy back on my account in, you know, a meta relevant rank and rarity, because I wasn't able to use a 6-star that much just because of how powerful 7-stars are. I'm excited to put out some content on this guy. Let me know what you guys want to see from him and where you guys want to see him used. And before I go, just let me know how your Crucible run went, how your crystal openings went. I'm curious. Comment down below, and while you're down there, hit like and subscribe if you aren't already. I'll see you guys for the next video or stream. Peace out.